Damn it. You track in the air. Alright, just one of them. I can probably handle this. Maybe hang back a bit and let my health recharge. Unless he gets, like, smarter or more aggressive or something. Because I have no healing items left. I'm actually at a disadvantage when I'm further away from you. That was far too close. That was also far too close. Also far too close. Keep getting scraped by the hair of my ass here. Ah! Attempt number 22. I forgot the obvious example. Link of Legend of Zelda. He's the one with the twirly sword move. How obvious is that? Oh, we went up to the upper level. And you just threw your shield, which I just managed to dodge by accident. This has got to be it. If I can beat you up on the platform, I can beat you down here. I think you get faster and more aggressive, but I can probably handle it now. God damn it! Ugh. Oh, fuck! Jesus Christ. Why do I keep fucking doing this to myself? Wow. Finally, the Souls game grows its fucking teeth, right? Jesus, the bosses that have been happening up to this point have been irrelevant. They've been stupid, easy pushover. But the Sentinels and the Sinner in past Sinner's Rise, these are the first bosses to actually give me a run for my money. Fuck, is this real life? Or did I just go insane and start to hallucinate this after 22 attempts? Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a Souls game until you fail for 2.5 hours, go out, level up a bit, come back, fail a little bit more, and then finally succeed. I went out and farmed enough Flexile Sentries to purchase 4 dexterity points. That's the only reason I was doing so much damage. Yeah, high punch mummies. I can hear you, but I don't really care. Now I get that item, I guess? Could I make that jump? I guess there's no harm in trying. Yes. Well, that's nice and all. And honestly, yeah, the smart thing to do probably would be to use that homeward bone and go repair my equipment, but I get the feeling that there's going to be a bonfire, like, right around the corner. I can hear the punch bummies in here, though. I'm wise to your scam, man. Did you kill yourself? Yeah, you did. That would have been a nice Kaizo moment. Yep, there's the bonfire. After beating 3 bosses at once. So, well, that almost felt as tense as Ornstein and Smo. I don't think it was as good as Ornstein and Smo, because that was just 3 of the same boss. They all had the same moveset. There was nothing distinct about them. Ornstein and Smo, you were fighting 2 distinct named heroes. And, I mean, yes, these Sentinels were named as well, but, I mean, who cares? There was nothing different about them other than their names. Doesn't really matter. I gotta give credit where it's due, though. That was quite tense. That was a very tough fight. I mean, is it even a Souls game until you spend 22 attempts on something? I'll just pour this into my stats evenly. Endurance, Vitality, Dexterity, Adaptability, Endurance. Oh, that's it. 1 point of each. That's fine. Although, I did get a soul and a named soul, which I should inspect. Much more powerful. So, a couple of technicals to talk about with that boss fight. It was basically mandatory. I mean, technically possible, but really, effectively, basically mandatory. This isn't enough, is it? Yeah, it's not enough. It was technically possible to kill all 3 of them down below. I certainly wouldn't be good enough about that, but it was effectively required to deal with the first of the Sentinels up on the tiny little platform, which means you needed to become solidly aware of the moveset and how each move was telegraphed and how to dodge them with the frames that you have. Because I don't have a shield. If I had a shield, I'm sure that'd be a much simpler endeavor. Then, once you got down on the ground, it became quite apparent that I just was not hitting hard enough. You know, having lower attack power means that you are going to take longer, and if you take longer, you have more opportunities to screw up. And that means there's more opportunities for you to fail, so I just had to hit harder. So that's why I went out and upgraded my dexterity and then used the dark pine resin on my sword. One saving grace that I had in the boss fight is on the very small starter platform where you initially drop in. All 3 of the Sentinels hop up onto that platform in exactly the same place every time. If the first one falls off, it jumps up on left from your entry point. The other 2 always jump up on right from your entry point. That small bit of predictability is the only thing that let me get a leg up in that boss fight at all. But now that I got the Sentinel Soul, I should figure out what I can do with it. And if this just gives me like a mallet or something that doesn't match my build, I'm gonna fucking eat it. I'm gonna eat it. What? This thing can be spent to give you a magic spell. You know, that's fitting and makes sense for 3 enemies who didn't use magic. Heavy homing soul arrow? Despite them being melee physical only warriors? I'm very confused. But it also gives you 6,000 souls, which I will gleefully demolish right now. Badoosh. And that's enough for 1 more stat point. So I spent a lot of time attempting and building up and like farming to get to where I am now. But, you know, I have a little bit of time left that I can try go to fight the Sinner. And hopefully these stat points that I've earned will really get me somewhere with him. Yep. Killed the sentry enough times that he will never spawn again. So that's all the souls I'm going to get out of that guy. I'm glad he was around long enough to let me farm him. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done with the Sentinels. It feels like I have less of a targeting distance with you than I normally do. The Lost Sinner. You know, just fighting 1 opponent is going to feel monumentally easier than fighting 3, but you're faster than any one of the Sentinels were. The fact that I lose my target on you is really disorienting here. I keep having to reorient the camera, and it's really going to screw me up. Attempt number 5. Well, that was pathetic and miserable and depressing, but I'm now out of time. And probably this guy's going to take another fucking 22 attempts too.